Weston Koury is the boy member of the brother-sister duo Sinjin Drowning, and he also used to post Musicallys. He is awesome, and he rocks. We talk about how he's never going to stream again. I like your candle in the back.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I should do like a Tyler Oakley thing.
It really sets the mood, I feel.
He does his little candle.
Yeah. And I also like your jacket. Is that new?
Oh my god, thank you. I got it on a Depop.
Oh, nice.
It is new.
Thank you. I'm kind of scared of Depop because it's not as common to use Depop here. And when I did, the person I think recognized me and like tried really hard to get in touch with me. And it was really weird.
You should let them.
I don't even use the shirt because I bought the shirt and it was supposed to be an XL and it's like an S. It's not. They lied. So I got scammed on top of that.
They do that on Depop.
Yeah, it's because
they do lie about the size.
I don't get why. Like, also it's a cool shirt, but now I don't even know where it is. Because I have no
sometimes
use for
people notice me on Depop and they'll write me letters, little notes. They're like, I didn't realize you would buy this.
And then they're like,
they've done that.
And they're like, I know where you live.
Now they have my address.
I know where you live. I'm coming to check you out. Welcome.
How do we start this thing?
Well, we just we'd already started basically.
Ooh!
It's already on.
Yo, cool dogs.
Yeah, welcome to COOLDOG, Weston Koury of Sinjin Drowning.
Thank you for having me, Aksually from Aksually.
Yes.
Aksually.
That's me, man. That's me.
Literally. I've never said that correctly.
Actually.
But
Yeah.
I don't think I need to. I don't think anyone needs to.
I don't care. You make you make an effort with my real name, so it's
Aksel. But I could be better. Aksel.
Aksel. Yeah, it works. It works.
Aksel. Aksel.
The cell is like too strong. You know?
So do I need to add more into the ak?
Yeah, it's just like Aksel.
Aksel.
Yeah. You know, that's good enough. You don't need to get it perfect. I always say about that, it's like, you know, someone just making the effort is enough for me. You know, it doesn't need to be a perfect pronunciation. Weston Koury.
Aksel. I just feel like Aksel. I can't even say it anymore. It's so country.
Ew.
Aksel.
Aksel is, I'm not gonna lie, it has kind of gotten to a point where like when people do call me Aksel, it kind of makes me cringe a little bit. I used to be just like
Hoover still does.
He does. I've kind of come to realize that he's a Kentucky boy. He's as American as they come. There's no changing him, and he's the one person that I'll make
he has to say it like that.
He'll make
his DNA.
Yeah, like I'll make an exception for him, I guess, because he just doesn't know any better.
He doesn't know any better. He does.
Oh yeah, he does. Now I'm trying to remember. I don't know why it made me think of like, I wonder how Jake pronounces my name because I can't remember it. I feel like Jake is pretty cultured.
He's definitely cultured. He's definitely been to States.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he went to Europe, vlogged it.
Oh, he did.
I
want to do that. Where they get on the bus and go to every country.
Oh yeah. We can do that. There's a thing in Europe called you get a Eurail pass, which is this train ticket that you get, and then you can just kind of ride across Europe unlimited.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah.
Because we gotta get a URL.
Yeah, European countries have open borders, which means you can get on a train in Paris, France, and end up in Amsterdam, Netherlands.
What?
It's nice. It's something
I don't even know how close those things are. It could be any distance.
It's like a few hour train ride, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. How are you?
That's where they. Wait, then how am I?
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, sorry, I was about to say. Let me just say what I'm going to say. The Netherlands was where they went into Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah,
and
they
drank
did.
Champagne. So I think we have to go.
It's been a long time since I've watched that movie, you know.
I want to see it again so bad.
Yeah, me too. I feel like it's like a time capsule. I've like, what was it, like 2014 summer?
Mm-hmm. A summer to remember.
Yeah, I had a fond summer. I had one of my first real romances that summer, and it was when this whole craziness was going on.
Did you watch that movie while you were?
I actually was late to the movie. I watched it like 6 months after everybody had like stopped caring about it. But I remember my cousins, or not my cousins, my relatives. I don't know who they are to me. I just randomly called them cousins. They were like, oh, this movie is awesome, because they're a bunch of girls and girls loved it.
Yeah, girls do love stuff like that.
Yeah, and it was just, I don't know. 2014 was a fun year.
And bracelets and necklaces.
True, and like purses, and like some of them love boys, some of them love other girls. It's crazy.
True. It's so weird.
It's
no, it's good. No, I'm just like, girls are weird. Like, girls are weird. Not like the girls. Like, girls love girls. They should.
That's beautiful.
This we canceled 5 minutes in.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Weston Koury loves women loving women. That's a fact. We all do.
Fact.
We all do.
No fiction. Hey, we all do. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just waiting to be released into the world. That's basically
we recently
my life.
Found out that we can go to Estonia and visit this man.
Yeah.
So who knows? Something might happen where I come there and like touch your head.
Yeah, I think that'd be sweet. I feel like I've grown. I don't know how. I think it actually could be possible that I've grown since we last met.
So I couldn't touch your head because you're too tall.
Yeah, I had this daydream, and it was wonderful just thinking about it. Where I meet Hoover, and Hoover just, I don't know what the deal is with Hoover, but Hoover does this thing where he, like, I feel like me and him came to an agreement, because we had a point where Hoover and I thought that he was 6'4" and I was 6'3", and then it turned out I'm 6'1", he's 6'2".
Whoa.
And then
you're both just shorter than you thought.
Yeah, because it's like it doesn't make any sense, because the thing is, I definitely got measured, and I'm definitely a minimum of 6'1", and that's when I got measured like years ago, and I'm definitely 6'1". I could be higher than that. I could be, I'm definitely not lower than that. But the thing is, I met Leon Lush, right, the YouTuber. I met him multiple times.
Name drop.
Yeah, I met him, and this is kind of a call out. He said that he's 6'3", and I'm taller than him, so there's no way he's 6'3".
Whoa. See. When it gets up to the 6s, you could say any height, and I would have no idea even what that means.
True.
You could say you're 6'6" to me, and I'd be like, I believe him. Like, I don't really, I don't know.
Yeah, and then Hoover was also like taller than me too. Hoover was like a little bit taller than me, and I feel like he kind of does hold it above my head that he's a little bit taller than me, but he's like 1 inch taller than me. Like, it's not even that noticeable.
I can't believe he's taller than you.
He's a little bit taller than me. But like I said, I could have grown since then.
I mean, I could have grown too.
I think it would be hilarious if, when I see Hoover for the first time in 2 years, I'm taller than him. I think that would be. I literally think he would have a breakdown.
That'd be hard. I can't even imagine someone being taller than Hoover.
Yeah.
James
Marriott's taller than him.
He's like the Grinch in Whoville.
I think James Marriott's taller than him. James Marriott's pretty tall. He's like
I
would say he's like a little bit more taller than me, which is more than what Hoover is. Which is a little bit taller. So
we need a size chart for James Marriott and the rest of the class.
How tall are you?
5'6".
Oh, nice. Kaylin's...
Would you believe that? I look if you never met me, do I look 5'6"?
Yeah. But the thing is, I wouldn't have you any other way. Like, I wouldn't want you to be 5'11". Or like 6 foot.
No, I wouldn't want to be taller either, because it would give me too much of like a, I don't know.
One man can't have it all.
No, I have to have a debuff, which is being 5'6".
Exactly.
You know, like, Kaylin's 5'7", but I'm like, I don't know, like we might be tied.
Really? You think you've grown?
I mean, you think Kaylin's taller than me?
I think she was a little bit when we met, yeah. But I think you were still in that age. People can grow until they're like 23.
I mean, yeah, I was 13 back then.
Yeah.
Now I'm so much older.
I was 35. It was a really weird meetup.
Now you're 40.
But yeah, you can grow until you're like 23. I had a relative who grew until, I think he was like, when he was like 21, he had a little bit of a growth spurt, and he grew like an inch or two. I've got time. Yeah, you got a hell of time, except, don't drink alcohol. It'll really make you shrink.
I've heard working out makes you shrink before you're fully grown, right?
See, I've heard the opposite of that, because I had somebody that when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, one of my friends was like, he really wanted to grow taller. So he made a big deal about, he read about how, like, if you play basketball and ride the bicycle, it makes you grow more, which is wrong. It's not true. But he started working out because he wanted to grow more, and then he didn't end up growing more. Unfortunately,
yeah, it shrunk him.
Yeah, it actually shrunk him. He's now 5'1".
That's what it does, guys. Do not work out. It's gonna make you a little baby.
You work out?
Oh, I work.
Yeah. What's your ritual?
I do it on the weekdays. 5 days of the week. I take the weekends off. You know, I lay back.
It's good to rest.
I lay on a little, you know, yeah, you gotta rest the muscles.
Yeah.
I go into the little garage, and I get on my little bench, and I go, and then I get my littler weights, and I go, foo, foo, foo. And I like put the chair, I readjust the chair, and I'm like at this height, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
And sometimes I get on that little pull-up bar, and I get like the little ab workouts.
I've seen multiple videos of you using the pull-up bar in New York City back in the day.
That was a big era. I mean, it was right in the living room. How am I not going to use it? You know.
True. That's a good place to put it. Right in your field of vision, so you don't forget about it.
Walk by. See, now it's in my bathroom. So if I go to the bathroom, I'm like, I have to get a little ab.
So is this your office that you're in currently?
I mean, like, this is just gonna be where I stream, but I don't really stream.
Yeah.
So I kind of hang out in here. I do things. I sit around. I draw. I roll around on the floor.
See, it's nice to have a room like that, though. It's nice to have a room where you can just kind of go and,
Hang.
Yeah, get some me time. But it's also like separate from, your bedroom. So it's like,
and separate from the living room. Like, I mean, me time could be like laying around on the couch, but like, maybe I want like a little space.
Exactly. You've grown tired of the core members, and you want to just
Kalen and Hoover being so annoying and obnoxious.
Exactly.
I have to get up here and get some space for my head.
Exactly. So let's talk about the streaming. Where have you been, man? Why haven't you streamed?
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know. I really enjoy YouTube more. I tried doing both when we were here. I mean, I have done both, but then when we moved to Texas, I was like, I'll do both for a bit, and then I just quit it, and I was like, I'd rather just do YouTube.
Yeah. So you're saying
I just enjoy it.
You're done with streaming for now?
For now, yeah. And then I was like, maybe I'll do like an alt stream where I just draw, because I enjoy drawing, but I'm like, I don't like. Why do I need to share that? I can have something for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I just draw my own time and make videos.
Yeah, I definitely gotta say that in the last like 2 or 3 months, I gotta say I definitely think I've lost some of my love for Twitch. I've kind of started to grow a little bit disinterested.
Would you move back all the way to YouTube?
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot, and I kind of like what I like about YouTube is the fact that you're a lot more like distant, and you're a lot like just like doing your thing. There's no like direct line of contact.
It kind of feels like when you're streaming, you're like about to hop into a Discord call and like talk to somebody that like, I mean, like you're not actually close with these people, so it's like a little, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I do enjoy it in different ways. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
no,
confusing.
I definitely do still enjoy streaming. I feel like, I guess the goal, kind of a goal of mine would be to just kind of not have it be my main hustle. I think that would make me enjoy it more. If I can just kind of stream and not see it as like, this is my job, like but it's just like, I don't know, man. There are parts of streaming that I just find really annoying. Like, I just hate that sometimes you get like these idiots in chat that are just really annoying. Some of them don't mean to be annoying, but like, oh my God, like, Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah, no, you're probably annoying if you chat more than 5 times a day. No, maybe not. No, you're definitely not annoying.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
don't know where I stand.
It's just some people, man. I think, listen, I've been nice to the Minecraft kids, but I think most of the annoying ones are them. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's not that all of them are annoying. It's just that disproportionately they make up more of the annoying audience in my chat. Because
they definitely bring in a new energy. That's
because they just start yelling.
Objectively,
they're like, do this, do that, do this, do this, do that, do this.
Because it works. I mean, well, that's all they know. In Snapnap's chat, it's like, why not?
Exactly. Did you say Snap?
I don't know what I said. Snapmap. I haven't watched them in a while.
Yeah, I haven't really either. I've just I don't even watch Twitch anymore. I've gone back to YouTube, man. I just watch like videos about skyscrapers.
I've been watching little documentary videos. It's so good about like, are we all related? And
are we?
We are. We are.
Oh
we
my
could
God.
be like 100th cousins.
That's pretty awesome if you think about it. That's pretty
And
sick.
we're wearing the same colors, yellow and purple, so it makes sense.
True. But what if?
Are you really part of the Les Champ? Wait, is it Les Champions?
Oh, I was. It's
85.
Yeah, it's like some fucking like default text. Like I don't think it even means. I think it just means the champions, in like French or something.
It's Estonia.
No, it's like
Estonian.
No, it's French. I think. I don't know. It does. I don't think it means anything. I think it's just like it looks cool on the hat. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah.
The champions.
Less champions.
Less champions.
What was I saying? Completely.
You were saying how you hate like every chatter and like they all suck and.
No, yeah, that's true. That's 100% true.
That's 100% true.
Oh no, I was thinking like, okay, so if we're all related, like, there's a thing in Iceland, for example, like when you start, there's like an app I think where you can find out if you're cousins with someone because it's a small country, it has like 300,000 people. So
That's scary.
There's a pretty scary likelihood that you find a lovely girl, and you're like, wow, this is the love of my life, and then it turns out that it's actually like your cousin.
3 cousins down.
Exactly.
Or,
yeah, 3 doors down, 3 cousins, 3 uncles.
When do you cut it off? When do you cut it off at the cousin mark? If you found out you found this girl and she's perfect.
Yeah.
And she's your 16th cousin.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is like what is? So yeah, we are all related, but when are we not related? Because there's definitely a cutoff point where it's like socially acceptable to like kiss.
How far can you go as cousins before you can hang out together?
Exactly.
Sexually.
Was that answered in the video?
Know.
I presume not.
They didn't say. They were like, "What? You could go to someone's Thanksgiving," and it was like, "Okay." I don't know. You could come to my Thanksgiving.
Oh.
You guys do that down there in Estonia?
No.
Or up there? Or
no.
Right there?
I never really understood the point of Thanksgiving because I'm just kind of like, you already have Christmas around the corner. It's like, what's the need?
I mean, it's literally the only time of the year. Well, I guess Christmas too, where I see my like extended family.
See,
like,
I want that as little as possible. So
I know.
like,
I could do without Thanksgiving. Christmas, I need that. Thanksgiving, but like I could do it with like a close family. Like I still want the stuffing. I still want gravy. Maybe.
I would love to like come to your guys' like Thanksgiving with your like Flake and Cindy and like really try out this tradition of just like eating turkey. I've never just ate turkey. The only time I've had turkey was in my Subway. Like I've never had turkey outside of that.
How was the Subway turkey?
It's just, it's good. Does the job. I wouldn't.
It's good, man.
I wouldn't say it's like my go-to. My go-to is the Italian BMT. I like that.
That's the best. I get the spicy time.
No, yeah, that's fair. That's for me I mix it up. Sometimes BMT, sometimes spicy.
Spicy Italian. Sometimes I put mustard on there. I get some jalapenos, maybe banana peppers.
Oh, nice.
I go all in.
Have you read about that thing about Subway? How like sometimes when you get jalapenos, the stems, they leave the stems in.
Where'd you hear this?
Gus Johnson made a whole video about it. He bought like 16 Subway sandwiches and then he opened it up and there were stems all over.
What?
Yeah.
And this was just like him finding out that he was like, there's no way there's not stems.
Yeah, because he was like I think he had experiences of biting into stems and he got pissed off, so he went to different Subways as well just to make sure.
Stems.
And then
I've never had a stem, but also like I wouldn't mind because like I eat jalapenos every day. I'm down with a stem or 2 or 3.
Yeah, it won't kill you. It's all
it's gonna
part
be fine.
of it.
It's like a little leaf.
Exactly, yeah. But then apparently Subway released a statement and said we're gonna do better.
Because of the Gus Johnson video?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
I also, something that pisses me off is when people are like, did you know that the bread in Subway isn't real bread? Like, who gives a fuck? Just because it's
Who cares? Also, Matt Pat made a video about it. I watched it on Food Theory.
Yeah.
Okay, he said it's only because Ireland has weird laws where they're like, oh, if 10% of the bread is sugar, then you have to declare Not
It's
bread.
yeah, it's
Cake
like
or
it's
whatever.
yeah, it's like illegally it's cake.
It was like only an island, so it's like who even cares, dude? It's Subway. You're
Literally, they keep trying to drag Subway down, man. Like another thing they did was the tuna at Subway. Listen, I don't get the tuna at Subway. I think that's a mistake if you're getting the tuna at Subway. But they started saying it's not tuna.
Even chicken at Subway, I think, is a bit of a scary situation.
It's not very good quality. But they said the tuna is not tuna because it has some thing in it. Guess what? Turns out every canned tuna, if you put it to the same parameters, it would also not be tuna by those fucking bullshit standards that you're setting for this poor, biggest world fast food chain. All right, people need to give Subway a break.
You should not expect crazy quality if you're going to a little Subway.
Exactly.
And we need to rise them up? As I saw, and I watched Haley Fam's video today. Haley and Ryan got Subway like 4 times on their van trip. So
they love it.
We have other allies.
I guess I would have something in common with them. I would also probably get Subway a lot. It's just fun.
You guys should go on a road trip.
Yeah, that would be I think a very interesting time. It would be I would love to like document it, make it into a documentary about like human relationships and whether they will crumble or prosper.
Yeah, and what will they think about a third member? Like just hanging out.
Exactly. Like what if I just lived with them? What if I got in on their marriage?
They might be a little agitated, but I think they would loosen up.
I
eventually.
think they would be like terrified because they like I feel like my style of life is quite different than theirs.
Maybe. I mean, what would you do differently? You guys eat Subway?
Yeah, I'd eat Subway, and I'd also probably like not wait until marriage to like kiss.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a free soul, man.
They definitely had a few smooches before marriage. I can
Don't let God hear.
Believe it. I'm not saying I don't have this evidence, but I'm just saying they probably smooched a little bit.
No, yeah. See, that's the thing is like I don't believe it. When couples are like, we're waiting until marriage. I'm like, you guys spend a lot of downtime together. There's no way that at one point you didn't like at least kind of like push the boundaries of like what.
Yeah, like what is acceptable? There's gotta be like it's kind of like the cousin thing where like there's something there that like where's the line?
It's like that those like that whole like thing about like I think it was like the old tale of how religious women they would do anal because it didn't count as the sin.
Sorry, it looks like you're a priest right now, like using your hands to explain this. It's like how anal and
the big A.
Yeah, the big A. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's allowed. Like, I don't know if we asked God. I don't know.
I just think.
Have we looked into this?
I just think if you let some old man decide what you should do to make you happy, I think you're on the wrong path, my friend.
But maybe he knows the overlying. He's like, this path that I'm bringing you on will make you the ultimate happiness. And they're like, yeah. Maybe that's what they're like, yeah, I'm into that.
Did you ever have you ever heard about how Mark Wahlberg said that he would have stopped 9/11?
No, I believe that.
He said, I actually read this article again yesterday because it's comedy gold. He said how if he was on the plane, that like one of the planes, I guess, that struck the towers, if it was him and his kids, he would have. There would have been a lot of blood in the
kids. Are the kids helping him?
I think the kids would give him like the energy to proceed to save all these passengers. But what he said was there would be a lot of blood in the first class cabin, and he would like fight off the terrorists, and then he would say, he literally said this. He would say, "All right, relax, everybody. I'm gonna land the plane safely." Like what? Like what? And then he had to release this apology where he was like, "I'm sorry."
Dude, it's gross. He's like fantasizing about his 9/11.
But literally,
that is gross.
Like I can't, dude. That is literally like that is insane.
I wish there was some sort of test where we could like see if he would really do that.
I would love to see like a little simulation.
If we put him in VR.
I would love to see him just fly the plane. I don't think it's as easy as he thinks it is.
No, how do you fly? I don't even. Maybe he'll figure it out.
There's a lot of buttons. There's a lot of buttons, and there's a lot of.
Maybe his kids know, and that's why he's bringing them along. His kids know how to fly. He'll take charge, but they'll fly.
He's got little child geniuses. I just love when celebrities are unhinged like that. Like that's like when Trump went on like this was like back in the 2000s when he went on before he was president when he lived this like Playboy lifestyle. He went on like Howard Stern and he said something about how like getting STDs was his Vietnam, which was like the most.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
I guess when everybody else was like going to Vietnam, he was like getting STDs, and that was like his war on STDs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he got through that.
which is like objectively just like the most like funny shit to ever say. Like, why would you say
that? He's definitely a guy. You should get him on the podcast.
I can you imagine? That would.
Would you get canceled? For having Trump on your podcast?
I probably would, because it would be like, why are you giving him a platform? And I'd be like, what do you mean? He was the president.
Literally, what does that even mean?
Like I would no. I think it'd be funny. It'd be funny to like pick his brains. But I also feel like
so you would have him on.
I mean, I just next question.
You would have Trump on your podcast?
I just think it would be funny.
Wow, guys, I would not have him on mine.
The thing is like, realistically speaking, I wouldn't do the thing where Addison Rae did, where it's like, like she like, first of all, crazy how she was even able to like walk up on him and be like, hey, I just got to say hi, like tap them on the shoulder. Like I thought she'd be tackled. I didn't know you
could walk up to him. Like I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
That is crazy. Like even ex-presidents, they got like Secret Service up the ass. Like they gotta like get like security clearances everywhere they go. Like I don't know how she did that, but it was crazy. I wouldn't do that. I
was thinking like, what would I do? I mean, Trump. This is the one time you're ever gonna see Trump in your life. Are you gonna say something? Like, what are you gonna like take a picture with him? I actually brought this up to Kaylin, and she was like, I would have like gotten my phone out and like just taken a picture of him. Really close.
I would probably take a picture of him.
Like a really close one.
There's like some guy where it's
no,
like,
there's no way the security wouldn't like hit. They'd be like, what the hell? like hit your phone out. Like that could be a danger. You're gonna like hit it with your phone. What if I hit him?
That is true.
Would they kill me?
They probably would. They'd probably taser you and like beat you down and just make you feel all sorts of physical pain.
But that would put me on the map, and then I could run for president.
That is
like,
true.
Everyone in politics would know who I was, and then like I would be able to have like a platform.
That is true. It would really put your name on the Washington map.
If I got my iPhone and I was like, like I gashed him and he bled or something. Like, can I say that? Is that like harassing? Like you can't say you're gonna kill the president. Like that's like a.
I mean, you wouldn't kill him. You would like.
No, I would just give him a gash. But like he's old. It's not hard to give somebody like an old person like a. Like you can scar them easily.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know what would happen.
That is true. This reminds me of a unreleased COOLDOG episode I did one week where I was just having like this crazy moment where I was just talking about like how I have this like really toxic trait of when people fall, I just laugh. And I've had moments where like people have had pretty bad falls and I just like accidentally start laughing. Like one time I was at like this water park with my friend and he was running and he slipped and hit his head on the fucking like concrete. And
oh my god! That
I was
like, cringe.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty painful. But also, I was laughing really hard because the way he just like laughed, and then he like, I don't know, he was an asshole. So when he cried a little bit, I just thought it was funny. But then he
was crying and you were laughing.
He was once he started crying, I kind of like toned it down. I was like, oh, okay, all right, it's serious. Also, hold on, I just realized. Sorry, I've scratched my plaque. I've scratched it.
Oh right my god! It looks like you drew on it. It looks like you got a little kid and like got a little pencil.
Luckily, I have two. So I can.
Guys, Aksually's 100K subscriber plaque is a little bit scratched. Wait, how do you have two?
They accidentally sent me two.
Oh my! I thought about doing like one of those things. You ever get that recommended guy who's like, I scammed YouTube and is sending me the 1 million play button?
Really? You can do that?
Yeah, he scanned like 4 times or something.
What?
Maybe I kept getting recommended like new videos and he was like, I did it again or something. I think you can scam them.
I would love a
So
a
you
1
could get
million
another.
one.
You should get just a third.
I don't even know where my second one is. It
How do they
must
send
be
you
somewhere.
two?
So basically, it was I hit 100K, and a month had passed, and I got no word on it. So I went to the support and I said, "Yo, buddy." Well, I didn't talk like that. I said, "Hi, sir. I haven't gotten my code." And then the guy gave me a code, and then I put it in. I got my plaque, and then a month later on my dashboard, it just gives me a new code, and I was like, okay. And then I put it in, and it worked. And this is the most annoying part, right? I was doing it when I was in a call with like Hoover, I think, and I was like, what should I put as the name? And then I'm like, I don't know if it was Hoover or Henry or somebody said like, you should just put Aksually again, just so you have two. It's funny if you have two as Aksually. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking hilarious, dude. So I just put it in, and now I was like, I could have put like dick and balls on it.
Yeah, no, that would have been good.
It was a missed opportunity.
Why would it be funny if you had two of your own name?
I don't know. It was just the heat of the moment thing, I guess.
Heat of the moment. That sounds hot, man.
It was just.
I'm glad. Maybe I should get a second one.
Yeah.
Well, I do have two.
Oh yeah, true. Weston
Koury and Sinjin Drowning.
Yeah, time to get a third.
Yes.
Third channel.
Oh my god, I could. That's like what PewDiePie did with his little Jack Spadicy.
Oh, true. Classic that.
Aksel would know. He does. He's a big PewDiePie watcher.
Yeah, I love him. So funny every day.
So funny.
He's
so funny, dude. That guy cracks me up.
He loves making videos, and you can really see it in the videos and the content that he makes.
And the thumbnails, he looks really excited. He looks so happy.
Why does he still do it? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. Dude, I don't get how you can be such a minimalist and you're like, let me do another brand deal for every company.
That pisses me off. That has pissed me off for years now. He just always like reads he's like, I just read this book on meditation and I've given away my fucking ceiling. I don't have a ceiling anymore because the fucking.
I don't have a house.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, that's cool. But then he'll be like, but this video is sponsored by this really shitty mobile game.
I have a new PewDiePie chair, and guys, you gotta buy it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, listen,
I don't get it. I just don't.
If you want to hoard your wealth, man, go ahead. All right, there's bigger problems than YouTubers hoarding their wealth, but at least like just be like shameless about it. Like, what do you gotta like do this shit where you're like, I don't need possessions, but I'm gonna keep like hoarding money though.
I don't get it. If he's not gonna spend it, what are you? Is it for your kids, PewDiePie? PewDiePie kids coming up? I don't know.
That's the thing is like like I was watching all these interviews of Floyd Mayweather because everybody was like after the Logan Paul fight, everybody's like that was lame. And then Floyd Mayweather was saying like I did this because I have kids to feed. And it's like motherfucker, you're worth like $1 billion. Your kids will be fed.
They don't need 300 million.
Exactly. Like I'm not gonna listen to these people that have like hundreds of millions of dollars being like, I'm doing this for my kids. It's like you already have done this for your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids and like, dude, everybody's been fed, man. Like you don't need to keep going.
Everybody's got the money. Really,
it's bizarre.
Speaking of Floyd, did you see the little Connor fight? He broke his little ankle.
Really?
Did you see that? You didn't see that? I
I
thought
didn't
it would
see
have been
that.
like world news. I was there. I was watching. I was at the fight. I mean, that was the Donald Addison.
That yeah. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
His little ankle. What would you do if you were fighting Logan Paul and you broke your ankle?
If I broke my ankle, I would say, ow, ouch. That's pretty.
Who would win in a fight with us?
Between me and you, you could beat my ass, dude.
I think you could strangle me.
You could fucking destroy me.
You could strangle me. Like, you could just like put me in a little.
Man,
reach out, grab.
I run out of breath walking down the stairs, bro. Maybe if I get a little bit of cardio in, like I think once I get to Austin and we start working out, then
I need a workout buddy. I would love that. I would literally love that.
Well, didn't Hoover say he's gonna work out with you?
I haven't heard that.
He was like I remember before he moved, like every day on stream he was like, when I get to Austin, man, me and Weston we're gonna start working out. And I guess it hasn't happened.
I would love to work out with Hoover. I just do it alone. I haven't had, maybe I should invite him.
Kaylin also recently messaged me about wanting to work out. I don't know why everyone's coming to me about working out when you're the guy.
Yeah, but Aksel, I want to work out. Hook me up with a plan.
I'm like,
give me on a new diet. Give me a workout plan.
Exactly. I'm not even there yet, and I don't even work out, so I don't even.
You have to tell these people what they need to do.
Exactly, and that is come to you, and you will give them what they need.
I will say I did go on a run this morning, and I ran 4 miles only because I saw a Joe Jonas post where he posted that he ran 4.11 miles, and I was like, I have to run 4 for Joe, and I ran them.
Nice.
For Joe.
I would have one up them, done like 4.112, and then posted it.
You should do that.
I can't run 4 miles right now. I'm out of shape.
You could walk 4 miles.
True. Yeah, that would be nice, actually. I do enjoy walks.
And then every day you get a little faster.
True. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it, I think. If you run a little bit, and then you walk a little bit longer, and then you build up your stamina, and then you that's how you run like 30 miles every morning like Casey Neistat.
Yeah, and then you'll beat my ass in a little fight.
Exactly.
You'll grip me in like a spider.
We'll have to test that out. I would love to.
You should.
I think what I'm really looking forward to about getting to Austin is just having like I want to like build a little like podcast set and have like people come in.
That'd be super cute.
And it's like, yeah. And there's a bunch of people in Austin.
Yeah.
A bunch of people in America in general.
You get Connor Eats Pants on the pod? I mean, that's going number 1.
That is true. I would love to have him on the pod. I haven't asked
Joe
him.
Rogan's in Austin. You could get him on like a side episode. I don't know if he deserves the whole episode.
True. I would, yeah. The thing about Joe is like, what would I talk to him about? Like apes, monkeys, jiu-jitsu? Like, I don't give a shit about
but like
jiu-jitsu.
that's where you guys have something in common. You guys would love that.
True. That is true. Yeah.
A little ape talk.
Fascinating guy he is, that Joe guy. Joe Rogan.
What if a little ape ran at you right now?
I would be pretty stressed out. I don't know how.
I would be pretty stressed out. You would be stressed in this 5-second moment where he's gonna be in the corner of the room. It's not that far away. I mean, how big is your room?
It's realistically, not big. It's not big.
If you started from the corner, he would be at you in less than 5 seconds.
The monkey would be like 6 feet away. He would lunge at me probably. He wouldn't even be able to run.
Okay,
it would be like a jump. One time I smoked so much weed I closed my eyes and I saw a horse running at me.
That's what Emily told me that happens when she meditates. She was like, because me and Emily meditate, and I was like, what do you do when you get bored during meditation? Because like you think about other things, and she was like, I see demons. Like when she's like bored, she's like, I see the little demon faces come at me.
That's pretty worrying.
I believe it.
Yeah, I need to get into meditation more. I've done it every now and then, but I need to be more consistent with it.
That's something we could do together in Austin.
Exactly.
We do a little meditation. I do it outside now. I love it.
Oh, dude, that's great.
I'm getting like a tan from it. I hear like the wind and the sun's on me.
You know what we should do? We should get into yoga. Yoga apparently is amazing.
I would like to do that. And it's like people like hot yoga. Literally just go outside in Austin. And it's
exactly.
Like
Bert Kreischer loves hot yoga. He loves like the 100 degrees yoga where you like do positions.
What if you do it with us?
That would be fascinating. I feel like if we really tried, we could get in touch with Bert Kreischer.
He'd be like, they have some fault. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, these young fellows. I don't know. He talks like
never seen anybody like this.
Like a banker.
I feel like he's never seen anyone on social media under the age of like 25.
That is true. Yeah, but yeah,
So maybe we have a chance. He'd be like, I didn't know they existed.
We could like introduce him to Twitch. Get him like a little like Twitch deal.
He would like Twitch.
He would. He would love Twitch. I would love to see Bert Kreischer like take on Minecraft viewers. I think that would be crazy. Because Bert Kreischer,
something would break out. He would definitely trend.
Bert Kreischer definitely, like, I love Bert Kreischer, but he does have like that dad energy where sometimes he says things where it's like, oh, I don't know, Bert.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. The thing I wonder about Minecraft stands is what are their dads like?
True.
Are you guys fighting your dad at the table? Because like I am.
Yeah. I don't talk to my dad, but I would too.
Fighting him at the table.
It's that's the funniest thing is like I just imagine these like wholesome kids being like they're very sweet to like their Jack Manifolds and Tubbos, but then they yell at their mom because like their mom like is late with the dinner. They're like
maybe their mom is very progressive. Like maybe they love their mom.
True.
She likes Jack. She likes Tommy.
But the dad hates Jack.
See, the dad, super Republican.
Doesn't like Tommy.
Like, I wonder maybe that's why they're so angry.
True.
Their dad's Republican.
Well, if you want to see a bunch of people with daddy issues, that's the Philza viewer base, because they all cling on to him.
I need to get I would love to see what that chat's up to.
It's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like people, I've watched his streams and there are people that like donate and they're literally like, yeah, my dad hates me, so like I actually really like your streams. And it's like, bro, holy crap.
That's so good.
That's terrifying.
I wonder what Philza thinks.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Philza. He seems like a very nice guy. I think he's a very, very pure guy.
All the British Minecrafters, I think they all seem kind.
Yeah, they seem nice.
If you play Minecraft and you're British, I mean, come on.
Exactly. I think the Americans are a little bit rowdy sometimes and get into some pickles that I feel like they shouldn't be anywhere near. But yeah, the Brits are nice. British people, you know, I like James Marriott, for example, as well. He's not a Minecrafter, but
the number one British person, James Marriott, I do enjoy. I enjoy his energy.
I just think it's gonna be a whole lot of fun when we go to Brighton and we just hang out with James.
I would love that.
Poke him.
If we better go to Brighton. I mean, Joey Stuff is there in London right now.
Yeah,
if we go to Brighton, things would make sense.
I think yeah, a Brighton trip would be really fun, especially since I think it's like the kind of YouTuber central for the UK. There's a lot of people there.
Zoe, Alfie,
PewDiePie.
Dude, I would love to see them. Oh my god.
I think Jacksepticeye lives there too. We can go bother him again.
Again.
like we did in London.
Yeah. Which was he did enjoy. Don't get it wrong. He did enjoy when
he loved it. He loved it so much apparently that he thought that Wilbur Soot was the person who did that, and then he went to Wilbur and said, "Oh, I love that," even though it wasn't Wilbur.
He went to Wilbur?
Yeah, he apparently said to Wilbur that, and this is the thing. Wilbur
is this a new breakthrough?
No, this Wilbur apparently talked about this like months ago, but apparently he. You know, I told the whole story about the cider, I hardly know or whatever, and then you know Jack was there in the audience and he loved it. I went up to Jack and talked to him later.
He was laughing, he was crying.
He was there with his like girlfriend, and they were both having a wonderful time. And then apparently like a few months later, he plays Among Us with Wilbur, and then Jack like talks to him and was like, "Aren't you the guy that like did the joke at the bar?" And then Wilbur just said yes.
What, Wilbur? You have lied about this situation 3 or 4 times now.
Exactly.
What is this? That is insane.
It's screwed up.
I can't believe they just played him. I can't believe he asked and remembered that. If you told me about this has left my memory.
I'll tell you exactly why he remembers it, because he fucked up the handshake, and I bet he stays awake every night thinking about it. Because partly it is on my fault, because I was just kind of like, I didn't know like what Jack would go for, so I was going for the fist bump, right? Because I was just kind of like, it's simple, you know, when you see the fist approaching, you kind of know like what's coming, right? He grabbed my fist, man. He grabbed it, and he was like, "Oh," and he did that. "Oh, I fucked it up." And then I was like, "Oh, don't worry, man." And then I walked away and I started laughing because I was like, "That's hilarious that he fucked it up."
And then he was like crying because you were laughing at him. Exactly.
And then he like grew this hatred towards me. He's been like trying to leak my address.
He probably thinks about it. He has definitely thought about that like more than once, for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely love to meet him again and say like, "Hey, man, that was me." But the problem is like the problem with like me meeting anybody like. So, like, for example, like, I met Swagger Souls, but, like, if I meet Swagger Souls again, like, he won't recognize me by my face because I look different every, like, 3 months. Like, I change appearance every 3 months. And when I met him, I had, like, short blonde hair. I was just, like, a whole different person. And same with Jack. Like, I had long blonde hair. Now I have this hair.
Wow, yeah.
So it's,
I like the long blonde. I did.
Yeah,
this is so like I like this. It's like so natural. Like it's like you're gonna go like lumberjack.
Yeah, I was about to say it gives like a little like country vibes, natural country vibes.
I like it.
So here's some interview questions for you if you want these. You have a pretty crazy journey. You went from Musically to YouTube to 20 episode podcast, Sinjin Drowning. To Sinjin Drowning,
there's even more layers.
Streaming, and then back to YouTube. But during that, you were also still on YouTube.
It was You Now. You Now, Musically, YouTube, Twitch, YouTube.
So you got started on You Now.
Yeah, You Now. You Now was my.
I thought You Now was the side hustle to Musically. I didn't realize that was the.
No, Musically wasn't even out by the time I was on You Now. I was on You Now before Musically was out. Like it wasn't like it was like used for like time lapse videos in Japan or something. I don't know. But
I see.
Maybe I got the country wrong. I have no. Anyway, people used it for like just like little time lapses back then, and then girls started, doing like crazy stunts.
Doing the whole like moving of the camera. You got to teach me how to do that, man. The whole movement.
Saying it's gonna come back. Drew Phillips was like, it's going to come back. When he was here, he was like, it is going to come back. Musically, the little thing, because the new generation doesn't know about it yet.
True.
They don't know what we went through.
See, that's the thing is like, I do that a lot where I realize like for example, like I love Conan O'Brien. I watched a lot of Conan growing up. I can just rip all of Conan's jokes because none of my viewers watched Conan.
Nobody would know.
So I can just take it all. They won't know anything. I can literally like, then they'll be like, this guy's a genius. What the hell? They do that in Estonia, you know. They like during like the Soviet Union and shit, they would just like
They were stealing Conan's jokes?
No, they took Western songs and just like made Estonian covers, and then everyone was like, what the hell? And they sold them as like originals.
Wow. Oh my god.
And there's like a bunch of like
in legal trouble or no?
No, I guess there must have been like some sort of licensing involved because they just got away with it and everybody just thought that it was their originals. And then
you should do this.
Exactly. Well, nowadays it doesn't work because everybody's on TikTok fucking using Wilbur Soot songs. Like it's crazy. Estonians love the Wilbur Soot music.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do.
You go to Estonian TikTok and it's all Wilbur.
Yeah, they.
And he's lying about Jacksepticeye.
I always think about it. It's like. Like all these Estonian Wilbur Soot fans, like they should come to me, dude. Like they should like start like sucking up to me because I'm like their direct line of contact. I can like they can actually. I don't want Estonians to watch me. Never mind. I'm actually fine.
I want them to watch me. You guys probably won't understand unless you speak American. Speak English.
A big part of them.
I mean, well, a lot of Estonia does, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but almost all of the young people as well, especially the young kids. Almost all of them speak by this point, I would imagine. But what was I even saying? Something about they and then like all these people are like, oh my god, all these like legendary Estonian artists, like they've created so much amazing music, and then it turned out like the Soviet Union ended, and then like the Estonia opened up, and everybody started realizing, hold on a minute, like they just ripped this from like fucking Billy Joel. Like I think a lot of Billy Joel songs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which is
That's
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta start ripping. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, that's. Unfortunately, just not as easy to do nowadays, man. Everything's too connected.
Dude, I can't even sing music on YouTube anymore. It gets copyrighted.
True,
so,
yeah.
I mean, there's no way you can make a little... I mean, you could definitely make like a Wilbur Soot song, and he wouldn't even...
It doesn't stop people. Like, you know that song where it's like, the one that's like, it's Friday, then it's Saturday, Sunday. You know the one? It's this song that's like it was big on TikTok, and I noticed that like some Estonian group just made an Estonian cover of it, and it pissed me off because I was like, why?
Wow.
Like why? Like you don't need to. Like it's there's.
And I bet it blew up.
It did. I think it kind of did. And then there was like this one like Estonian rapper that would make like Estonian covers of like all the popular TikTok songs, and everybody hated him. Everybody was just like mercilessly bullying him because they were like, this sucks.
That is so sad.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. It turned into one of those things where everybody was just piling on for no reason, and it was just like, why? Which is just common with the internet. People just love to, like, I noticed that recently with the Olivia Rodrigo. There's like, you know that clip of, I don't know if you still even use TikTok anymore, if you just got rid of that shit.
I haven't in like weeks.
Basically, there's
this
clip of like Olivia Rodrigo on SNL where it's like I guess she has like a voice crack when she's like trying to hit a note, and that clip was like going around for like a month on TikTok. Nobody said a thing. Everybody was like, yeah, I love her voice, and I like her voice in it. Now like in the last like 2 weeks, everybody just randomly decided like it's garbage. Like her voice is so bad in this, like she needs auto-tune, like her auto-tune was broken. It's like,
dude, that's what they do. They stack somebody up and they're like, crash you down, like you're not good anymore.
It's just not so like sad. And I feel like the shelf life of like a public figure is getting like shorter and shorter. Like it used to be like, okay, like for example, like Post Malone got like I think like 2 or 3 years of like everybody loved him, and then everybody started to hate him. Now it's like Olivia Rodrigo had like a six month like blow up, and then now everybody's like, oh, she sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems like everybody, but they're still getting like, you know, 250 million monthly listeners.
Yeah, whatever. Exactly. They still listen. But it's still like, it's just still, I don't know, it's just lame to just constantly just pile on to people like that. Like,
it is. I mean, it's anonymity. True. You know what I mean?
And also like
face, you can go crazy.
Yeah, and the platforms the platforms give this illusion to people that their opinion matters when it doesn't. Mm-hmm. That's like what everybody should kind of pick up on, is that your opinion does not really matter. You can share it if you want, but you should think about that before you do it.
Real.
But yeah, how'd you get into now? How did that even happen?
It was the last day of school in 2015. I was 13, and I think I just didn't go to school today because like you didn't have to.
Yeah.
It's one of those days where it's like, I mean, school's over, like you don't have to go to the last day. So I stayed home and just sat on my computer and like but the night before, my friend Lacey, who's my hometown friend, like I've just known her for my whole life, she sent me Drew Monson's YouNow stream because like we just are Drew Monson fans, like we've always loved him. And I was like, what is this site? Like what? He was like playing the piano or whatever.
Yeah.
And I clicked around on the site and there was this kid streaming with like 30 viewers, or maybe it was like 15, 30, I don't know. And he was like really boring and like just doing nothing. And I was like, dude, if this guy can get 30 viewers, I mean, come on, like he's doing nothing. Like if I can do a little something here. So then I got on the site the next day, the last day of school. And I just like sat there like a little boy and was like, hello, welcome to my stream. Hello. Like sat in my room. My parents were there. So like they would never know. And then, people started coming and I got like maybe like 60 viewer peak on that day. It was so small. Nobody was streaming. Like there was just like and there were so many viewers that like, people would just, it would just
be like
up
on the front page and then people would be able to pick it up.
Yeah. And I was in the hashtag guys section. There was a hashtag girl section, a hashtag guys section. So I was in the guys and I was just milking the views from I don't know what the demographic was. I don't know who was out there like looking on YouNow. But yeah, I just kept doing it every day. And then eventually, like, I got partnered, and then people started reaching out, and then Musical.ly came along. And that's when a community formed of YouNowers and music leaders, and we all hung out.
Wow.
Toured together.
That's actually
danced on stage.
Crazy, like, that it can be traced back to Drew Monson.
If Lacey never sent me that, it probably would have never happened, because it wouldn't have worked out in that order, where I had a day off, my parents weren't home. Like, I didn't want them to know I was streaming. I was 13.
Yeah.
Like, if I just told them randomly, like, I'm going to show my face online, like, they would have been like, what is this? I don't know.
Yeah.
But do it behind their back.
I did it behind my parents' back for, like, years. My mom didn't even know that I was, like, affiliated with any stuff like this until I started making money from it. Ooh. And I remember, like, I think it took me like 2 months to get my first like big paycheck from YouTube. And I told my mom how much it was, and she was like, that's not, well, she thought I was like being scammed. Like she thought I was like falling for some scam. So it was like this like kind of a sad thing where she was like, oh, good for you. And then in the back of her mind, she was like, what a sad piece of shit. Like
that is so sad.
Like he really thinks that he's gonna get paid from this. And then I did.
That is so sad.
Then I did, and then she was like, whoa. And then like I just told her, and then she doesn't really watch any of my content because she can't really speak English. But
I mean, it's like a ASMR. You put a little Aksually on in the back.
True.
It's just the sound of your son's voice.
Yeah, she just kind of like I'll put something on my story, my Instagram story. Like she follows me on Instagram, I think. She has like some sort of. I should probably not. I don't even know what her Instagram is. She doesn't even know how to operate it properly. She's so old. Turning 55 next week, I think.
Woo!
Yeah. She like yesterday I posted this thing on my Instagram story where I was like an old man, and then my sister sent it. I don't know why my sister does this. My sister's like a snitch. Like she'll randomly just send these things to my mom and be like, why did you do this? Look
what brother's doing.
Yeah, and it was like me as the old guy. And then I went to the kitchen today and I was just like to get some water, and then my mom was like, I saw the old man picture, and I was like,
was she snitching, or was your sister like, this is funny? I said it to mom. She was like, mom would laugh.
She must have found it funny. I do remember she snitched on me when we were younger though, because I used to go on Facebook and I used to curse a lot. And then my mom didn't have a Facebook back then.
You would curse on Facebook?
Yeah, and then I used to be vulgar on Facebook. I used to be like, fuck you, fuck this, fuck you, fuck.
Oh my god, I always wanted on Facebook. Because Kaylin was on it, and she had like all her boyfriends and everybody on there.
Yeah, Kaylin showed me those.
She played Farmville with them. And I was like, I want to play it. And then mom was like, when you turn 13, but then when I turned 13, like Facebook was dead. I was like, I'll use Instagram.
Yeah, you missed the boat, man. I was on Facebook when I was like 9 years old. Like I was.
Oh my god, did you do MySpace?
I did. I was on MySpace. Yeah, that's how old I was. I remember like listening to like Justin Timberlake on my MySpace page.
Old man.
MySpace was pretty cool because you could like customize your page and stuff.
That's what I miss so bad. Like, with YouTube, when you had like the customizable channels. I love that. If I could, dude, all I want is for Twitter to be a little more customizable, and I can have a little GIF profile picture, a cute little GIF, and a cute little background, and that's all I want.
It is depressing, the kind of like just minimalism, like taking over everything. Like the logos are minimalistic, and then like you can't customize anything on social media anymore.
Yeah.
Like you used to be able to like do like so much to your YouTube page. Like MySpace, you can make it look like it wasn't even you were on MySpace anymore. Like and the same with like you can still do it on Tumblr, but it's like that's the only place. Where it's just like
I want to be able to change the font on my page.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I want to change the color of the font. Like I just want everything. I want everything to be a little custom. It's so cute.
I remember a time on Twitter, I think this was like 2012 was when I think they got rid of it, when you were able to have a background on your, like not only a cover, a profile picture, but also a background, a custom picture. And
behind your whole page?
Yeah, behind your whole page, and then when you would scroll
so
down,
cool.
that picture would just like be back there, and it was awesome. It made everyone's page unique, and they just got rid of it. And they did that, like every social media platform has done this, where they've just ripped away all the personality from the pages. Like
Jack, please bring it back. Yeah, no, I literally I need that. We need to
Bring it.
make our own social media. And it's
True.
just like we just let the viewers do what they want.
And then everybody's gonna like start hating on us because like we're like farming everyone's like personal information and like selling it to corporations.
But like
it's
no
like
big deal. We won't
that's like
sell
part of the
it.
hustle, man. Like
we won't sell it. We're just gonna hang out with it, and then if it
And
gets
then-
leaked, it gets leaked.
if it gets leaked, then you know it's your problem. There used to be a Toontown social media called Toonbook. It was like Facebook for Toontown.
Did it get leaked? Everything?
No.
They find-
What did
oh.
get leaked was there was a Twitter for Toontown called like I think it was called like Toonter. That's what it was called. It was called Toonter, and that database got leaked. And one of my friends who was like one of the biggest Toontown YouTubers, I invited him onto that site, and then his information got leaked, and then his channel got hacked, and like they deleted all of his videos, and I was like, that is
What?
like
This guy could have still had a career. He could
Yeah.
have like been around now. If he
yeah,
like,
and
doxed.
it all got fucking like
Oh my god.
it got
That is actually insane.
And I was like, oh, it's kind of my fault. But it was also like, I was verified on Toonter, and then like a bunch of people got pissed off that I was verified because they thought that I was irrelevant, so they took away my verification.
It's like Twitter now.
Yeah, I don't get this whole like the verification thing is like listen, everybody. I feel like every fucking person on Twitter is doing this bit where they're like, oh my god, when am I gonna get verified, guys? Come on, when am I gonna get verified? Come on, get me verified.
Come on, get me verified.
To the point where
And
it's like,
I'm not laughing. It's
Yeah.
like it's just the same tweet.
yeah, it is just one of those things where it's like who cares anymore? Like, I was like, listen, I'm not calling him out, but like I saw Eddie Burback tweet yesterday. I saw him tweet yesterday where he was like, guys, stop spamming everyone's replies. When someone gets verified, stop tagging me in the replies. I'm sure everybody gets annoyed seeing my name every time someone gets verified. I'm like,
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much.
thanks, Eddie. But it's like, I feel
was
like
so
everybody's
close.
doing the whole bit of like, oh, I am not verified. Like, I don't know if that's just your bit. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
Eddie's bit, man. It's Eddie's bit.
I don't know.
Everybody stole it.
I'm like, I don't care. Like I got rejected and I'm probably not even going to apply again. I don't care. What am I going to gain from this? What can
I think it's funnier when I see a funny tweet from an account that's not verified because it feels like raw. Like it's like
That is true.
I just came across this tweet. It wasn't like put on my page. Like a verified seems like it's like manufactured.
exactly.
I don't know.
Feels a little bit too official, man. Like seems like it's like the word of God. And I don't want like too much from
God
it. Too
put
much.
it on your feed. God, Jack Dorsey, put it there, and it's not funny.
Oh yeah, it's just I don't know. There's something like it's like a little bit vintage, a little bit underground when you don't have that check mark. God, I can't imagine just being able to tweet at a celebrity and it showing up in their mailbox.
Dude, it was bigger when it was like 2016. Like no celebrity is checking their verified tab. There's no way.
Leighton tweeted at Seth Rogen, and then Matt Watson boosted the tweet, and Seth Rogen saw it because I didn't liked it.
What?
Yesterday, yeah.
What'd they tweet at him?
He tweeted I think Leighton bought like one of his like weed things, like one of his weed bongs or something, and then he was like, "Do you want to come smoke this with us at the Super Mega offices?" Because he works for Super Mega now. And then Matt like replied to it and was like, "Yeah, come do this," because he's verified. It showed up in his verified tab.
Come do this.
And then Seth was like, I'm gonna like this.
There.
I'm gonna like this.
And that is a literal moment of Seth Rogen's life now.
Yeah.
That he's liking the Super Mega tweet.
That is true.
That's a memory that he'll forever have. Maybe unless he gets like a bad disease.
I think about that because there was like what I think about that is when I met Post Malone, him and I like we had this like weird like 10-second moment where we were just looking at each other, not saying anything. We were just looking at each other in the eye for 10 seconds
10
straight.
seconds.
It was weird.
Like a long time.
It was
like a long time.
No, it was literally like I think it was like I like time stood still, but I literally remember because I was just standing there, and he was like I think he was like smoking a cigarette, but it was like he looked away for a second, but then he looked back. And it was like this, like if you add it together, it was like 10 seconds.
It's one of those things where, like, if you look away, like you're not showing your confidence.
Yeah.
Were you both like being dominant?
Nobody
looked away.
See, the thing is, I was looking away because I was scared. I was like, I don't want him to. But then I would look at him, and then I would look back, and he would still like be looking at me, and I was like,
see, he recognized you.
I think what it might have been was that.
Aksually.
I think what it might have been was that he maybe wanted to ask something because I was like I was kind of like his water boy, and he probably wanted to be like, yo, can you like get me a Red Bull or something? That's probably what was going through his mind.
But he was like a little high, and like you kept looking back at him. He was getting nervous.
Exactly.
He was getting anxious.
He was probably, or he knew that I was actually. That probably is what it could have been as well. Even though back then I had like 7,000 subs maybe at most. But I think about that. And I'm like that. You know, he will never get those 10 seconds of his life back. Like I have those.
That's literally a moment of Post Malone's life, which is kind of insane.
It is.
Like,
yeah,
that just happens, and you can't take that away from him.
Oh yeah, that's fucking
same
crazy.
with you and Jacksepticeye. You'll never take it away from him.
Exactly. Or like
you had that awkward handshake.
All the times I've talked to like Jax Films, I think about it too. Like every time Jax Films has talked to me, like that's like a part of his life now. Like he knows me. That's the craziest thing is that's how I knew you now was Jax Films used to like go live on there, and I used to be like, oh my god,
that's really interesting.
Yeah, and also like Dan and Phil, I guess.
Yeah, that was kind of before my time of You Now. They would go live on there. Dan and Phil, Tyler Oakley went live on there.
Oh yeah, all the vloggers would always go on there for some reason.
Yeah. I guess they had like brand. I don't know if they had deals with them or I don't know what it was.
It's crazy. I feel like back then everything was like so much less official that I feel like nobody had deals. Everybody was just kind of like, oh, let's just go here.
I'll just do You Now. It's fun.
Nowadays, it's like if you would be like the size of like Dan and Phil, like you would have some manager in your ear being like, what are you, dumb? Like you can't just go there. Let's get a deal. And then you'll go.
Literally.
Yeah, that's
which is
crazy.
Kind of why I hate that like the manager vibe. It's so like just go do You Now, Dan and Phil.
Managers scare me because I feel like the thing about managers is like, you know, I've had my experience with them, and they very much like they're too much business, and they don't think about anything about like a creative lens, you know, like I want to be like, you know, I want to do this because I think this would be good for my content. It would be like, you know, good style wise, and they'd be like, well, this doesn't make sense because this would make you more money, and it's like, well, at this moment I don't care about money, you know.
This doesn't really make sense.
This doesn't, you
sign
know.
You a $250,000 deal with You Now. Hey, drop Twitch. You need to go to Twitch and be like, You Now is offering me like so much money, guys. Like, there's only one way to keep me in.
They would literally
and then
laugh in
they'll
my
buy
face.
You out.
They would laugh and they'd be like, "This sucks."
They'll buy you out.
They would say, "You are a moron," and they would ban me. They would say, "Get the fuck out of here," and I'd be like, "Okay."
I have a good story about the first manager kind of guy that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he didn't officially manage me, but he like managed the first tour that I went on.
Yeah.
In like 2016, I think, like early.
Mm-hmm.
He managed these other kids that I knew. But anyway, he was like in charge of the tour, like it was all this stuff. And then Alex from Target's dad was also, it was like kind of a weird link. He was also working on the tour and like booking flights for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking the manager for like his information, and it didn't pop up for the flight. Like they couldn't get his name in for some reason. They were like, are you using like a fake name or something? And like we knew this manager guy. Like we have hung out with him before. Like we're like 13-year-olds, whatever. And he was like, oh, that's like my fake name. So he gave him his real name, and Alex from Target's dad looked it up, and he was a registered sex offender.
What?
And that's why he wouldn't give his name.
What? That
was my first experience with a manager.
Jesus Christ.
Which is insane. Literally insane. He was like managing little boys. And then he told the story. He was like, I was just like peeing outside one time.
Oh, it's the classic.
And the cops came, but it's like, I don't know. You're a scary, scary man.
That is, you know, there have been like a few stories like that, like like I was drunk and I was like I peed and it turned out it was a playground and then like I got arrested.
That's like what it was like. I peed at a playground. Like is it you really?
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like I feel like if you really fought that, you'd be able to like clear that up. Like, but at the same time, the justice system is pretty screwed up. But it's also like, but then it's like I feel like I've heard so many stories of people like using that excuse of like, oh, you know, yeah, you know how it is. It was a technicality. They caught me on a technicality.
Technicality. That's what it was.
That is crazy.
So I'm not giving anybody my real name.
Yeah, that is
and
wild.
I'm gonna manage minors. It's insane.
How was he even allowed near you?
I don't know. He wasn't. Like, I literally think he wasn't. Like I don't know.
Oh my god. What was that?
But yeah.
Was that like an awkward confrontation being like, hey man, like you're like a sex offender?
That wasn't involved. That was like we all like flew home like the weekend after, whatever. They were like setting up the next weekend for the tour, and he did not show up the next weekend because he was like kicked out. Alex from Target's dad laid down the law. He was like, my kid works at Target. We can't have this. And
that's crazy.
I never saw him again.
Did you were acquainted with Alex from Target, right?
Yeah. Oh, I met the guy, and the first time I met him at a Digitour, he I think we like went up to him and we were like, "What's up?" And he was just like, nothing much, just chilling in Cedar Rapids." Like, you know, like the Hillary Clinton meme. The Hillary Clinton vine.
Nice.
That's like that was my first encounter with Alex from Target from Twitter. Is him quoting a Hillary Clinton vine, which is like the most insane like
that is
I've ever experienced.
That is crazy. That I always think about like how like Jake always tells me the story of how he met Jesse and Gina when he was a Viner.
Oh my god.
And he like he always like loves telling this tale of like how like I think Jesse was in an elevator with him and then he was like, "You're so like a Viner, huh?" And then it was like, yeah, Jake was like, yeah, and then like they were like he was like asking like all these dumb questions and then the elevator doors open and he says, "I guess I'll see you in 7 seconds." Then he walks out.
Oh my! I remember hearing about this.
And it's like
these people aren't real. Like they literally are not. Their brains don't like. They think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like there's no way Alex from Target didn't think that's like the coolest thing ever. Like when he was like, "I'm just hanging out in Cedar Rapids."
Yeah.
Like no big deal.
My favorite part about when I was at VidCon was every fucking person asking me the same thing. And I was like, "So how was the flight over?" And it's like. It was good, man. Like it was a good flight, you know. It's like, it's like, and then that would be like, all right, and then they'd kind of they'd kind of walk
you're just
off.
Chilling, like you have a meet and greet or something.
Yeah, it's always like, so what are you doing tomorrow? Like, and then
like I have like a panel.
Yeah, I got like a panel, and I got like I'm just gonna like hang out with like all these celebrities tomorrow, but it's like so chill. Like I don't even care.
No big deal.
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely. I won't go to VidCon this year, but I think it'd be fun to go next year. And I feel like just kind of because the experience I had with VidCon was quite a bit different than I feel like your regular experience. I went to like parties with like old people like Boogie and like.
See, that's the problem. You're going with prisoners, and I'm going with like I mean like I see like Red and Link. No, not even Red and Link. No, but they did okay. I have a thing about art because we have like hotel room parties at like at VidCon or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think we had the room beside Rhett and Link.
Really?
Because one person, their family was like, "Oh, there was somebody like having a late night party last night. Like we heard them really late." And I think we had that room like right beside them.
You had the party.
It was like the 2-bedroom like Rhett and Link, and I hope we didn't keep Link up. That's all.
But not Rhett. Don't go sure about Rhett.
I mean, I hope Brett had like I'm sure he has something like little
medicine, little sleeping medicine.
I'm sure he has sleeping medicine.
Is there any like YouTuber that you hate? Despise. Personal experience despise. Blood boiling hatred.
Despise. Is it? Oh my god. I'm not gonna be able to think about it on the top of my head. That I despise. No. I don't hate anybody, but
that's good.
There's probably people who I'm like, oh,
yeah,
like I don't want to see you.
No, yeah,
but I enjoy most people I see at VidCon.
I got a few of those that I'm like,
people who boil your blood.
Yeah, as you know, there's a few that I that I'm kind of like I would say that are not pleasant people. You know, one that I can name that I've talked about is I don't like Boogie, and the experiences I had with Boogie were just weird. But like I don't know, it's interesting because I feel like every convention there are some people where I'm like, damn, like this person is like way too like lost in the sauce here. Like they're like way too like full of themselves.
Yeah. I think for the most part, I've met some nice people at VidCon.
Yeah.
I met Dan and Phil.
Yeah,
nice.
For the most part, people are nice. Like that's the nice thing is like I feel like for the most part, especially at a convention, I feel like everybody's serotonin is so high that everybody's just like so happy to like just be around people and like meet everybody. Like I don't know. Like I always like remember like when I was at TwitchCon and I was like at this like huge party with like XUC and stuff. Like XUC was like so happy just running around this like big fucking house with like Nerf guns. Like he was just like a little kid having the time of his life. And it was just like pleasant because it's like, you know, when you think about streamers especially, they all like live inside their room 24/7. So it's like then they get to leave.
Them getting outside, it's too much dopamine at once.
Exactly. Yeah.
They go crazy.
Yeah.
I met XUC and he was kind of, he was like kind of dead that day.
Yeah, it was the day of when they had that whole like big event, right?
Yeah, but maybe next time he'll love to meet me.
He said, fucking dude, Weston Koury lives here. I gotta move.
Fuck it. Yeah.
I gotta get out. I gotta get the fuck out, dude. How's Austin been for you?
What have you eaten today?
You like Austin?
Austin's good. What are you eating today? I like Austin.
I'm eating. Today I ate chicken tenders. That's what I ate.
Ooh. Anything else? What's on your plan?
I might get McDonald's later.
That sounds good.
Me and Hoover might watch a movie later if you're interested.
Ooh. Oh my God. I mean, nothing's better than Spy Mate, but
True. That's a great
if
movie.
we can find something.
Little movie about spying monkey.
But Austin is lovely, I gotta say.
Better than you expected, or just about where you expected?
No, it's definitely better. It's like it's kind of like hometown, but like XL, and like people are there. I feel like in LA, I moved to the wrong area.
Yeah,
like it's. I just moved to the worst place there. I don't hate LA, but
yeah,
I could have had a better time.
You guys lived in smack in the middle of like Hollywood, like it was crazy.
Yeah, smack mid, which was all right. I mean, it was cool, but if I moved back, I would definitely go to a different area.
Yeah,
like near Smosh.
I definitely feel like there will be a time in my life where I'll spend an extended period of my life near LA again. Like everyone's like very much like fuck on the LA vibe again, like fuck LA, which I understand. I think there's definitely a lot better places than LA on earth, but I had a lot of fun when I was in LA because it's just such a different place. Like it's very like everyone in LA is just crazy, like
literally. They are.
They are. They're like out of their mind. Like they're all like, we live in LA, and like, what are you gonna do about it? Like we're just gonna do whatever we want. For the better or worse.
It's either people who were born there and they grow into the craziness, or it's like people who move there and like they have a dream.
That is true. Yeah. They move to LA and then they like discover the truths, like true selves, and then they like go crazy. Like they just unhinged, and it's like it's just like when I was in LA, like I just had so many like random encounters where people would just talk to me, and like I was at a concert and like somebody like jumped on my back when they recognized me. They recognized me and jumped on my back in like the middle of like, it was like a drum show that I went to with CJ. It was really weird.
That is so scary.
It was very scary, but also it was kind of fun. Like I was just in the mood for it to like, I was just like, yeah, man. Whatever happens, man. Jump on my back, fucking break my neck.
That's LA. Whatever happens.
Exactly.
Get on my back, run around, go crazy, throw things on the ground.
Yeah.
Now, a city that I do love, New York.
Oh, I want to go so bad.
I love New York. I literally love the subway. Like it's all good. Even the people like hate the subway. I love everything about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just like, you know, I don't really have any experience with New York, but I've just always wanted to go. I
can't believe you haven't been. That's insane.
Well, I went when I was a little baby, but I don't count it because it's like I don't even remember it.
I mean, what do you remember? Like looking up at Manhattan.
Nothing. I remember nothing. I was so little. Like I don't even know. Is there a
picture of you?
Nope. I actually somewhere maybe. I don't know though.
Oh.
But yeah, it's I don't count it. I just say that I haven't been because I basically haven't.
Yeah, you got to get the experience.
Exactly. And it's like every fucking New Yorker that I talked about, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to visit. They're like, no, don't come here. It's a fucking miserable shithole.
Yeah, but like you've lived there for 25 years. Like, of course you hate it.
Exactly.
It's our time to shine. We get it. You know, we dip our feet in.
Exactly. I just like, I'm really excited to go.
It's so cool.
Whenever it happens, I really am.
And there's good food.
Oh, I can imagine. Wow.
Noms.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, when you guys used to live in New York and used to send those pictures of bagels and stuff, man.
Dude, I look back at those pictures. I have not found a bagel better than the New York bagels that I've had. I'm not talking like a little normal bag. I get like I get salmon, cream cheese, capers. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Tomato.
The New York bagels looked insane. Literally like heaven.
They're so good.
Just most of like New York food, like everything just looks better in New York. Like I just like sometimes I get hungry late at night and I'm like too lazy to make food, so I just lay in bed and watch other people eat food. And I watch like videos of like New York restaurants and I'm like, oh my god,
oh, that's so good.
Oh my god, and I just like I get sad because I'm like hungry.
I get that. Speaking of hungry,
yeah,
I might be getting poke bowls tonight. I don't know. I gave Kaylin the idea. I was like, maybe a little poke bowl. She was like, maybe if I can get a poke burrito. So that might be on my list.
Oh.
I'm excited.
I like poke bowls. They fill me up and they make me feel good about myself. Because I'm
the thing about like those foods is Hoover will go, but like he won't get it. Like
he'll like spectate.
He will spectate. He like administers. He controls the conversation as me and Kaylin eat.
Does he get like a little drink at least, or does he just sit there?
He gets water usually. Sometimes he's got a little Pepsi, but sometimes the waiters get mad. They're like, "You're not getting anything. Like at least get some fries." I think that's happened 2 times. And he's like, "I guess I'll get fries," and then they don't bring the fries. It's like a trick. It's happened twice.
This is funny. They
really
like side eye him.
Yeah. This woman literally like forced him. They're like, she's like, you have to get something. Like, you're not getting anything. Like, just a drink.
That's crazy that he was being forced. Damn, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, I guess I'll get a side of fries. And then she never brought it.
Wow, yeah. She was like, fuck you. What do you think? It's a joke? Like,
literally, and he was
fucking side of fries.
A little side of fries. Never happened.
It is crazy to me seeing Hoover just there. Like it doesn't even feel real, to be honest. It feels like he's like visiting still. Like to me, it still feels like he's like I even talked to him about it, and he's still like it's like kind of still feels like a trip. You know, it's like
that's really funny.
It's like it is like one of those crazy things. Like tell us some funny Hoover stories. Like what do you like about Hoover? What do you like about having Hoover as a living partner?
I love that Hoover boy. I love that. I gotta think. I gotta think about some moments. I gotta think about some things we've done.
Mm-hmm. You guys do a lot. Every day.
We do a lot. That's why I can't be put on the spot with a Hoover moment because it has to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Hoover's been lovely to have here. Really, that boy, full of energy, full of love. I honestly thought he'd be like more reclused, but like we just hang out all the time. Like we just hang in the living room.
I think he himself thought so too, because he would always be like, in the cause, he'd always be like, "You Courys, don't think I'm always gonna be there. Don't think I'm gonna."
Don't think I'm always. It sounds like someone's gonna die. I'm not gonna always be there.
I think it's.
I believe you.
I think he's just received a huge serotonin boost from moving after the Corona year.
Oh yeah. Also just not being in your room all the time, I think can. Just immediately.
Yeah, just being around people and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm waiting for, man. I'm still living the Hoover lifestyle.
We'll bring you in. Your mind, it's gonna explode.
It's gonna be like crazy when I get there, man. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna go crazy, all right? We're gonna
go crazy. We're gonna go to all the restaurants because Hoover doesn't like to try foods, but we'll bring you.
I fucking love eating, man. I love eating anything. I'll eat anything.
That's what we need.
We can make like a food series where we just go to restaurants.
I would genuinely enjoy that.
That would be fun, actually. God. Wow.
Look, I made banana bread the other day, and nobody ate it.
Really?
Except me.
Not even Kaylin?
It was good. And I was like, Kaylin took a bite. But if I made that and you were here, would you have taken a bite?
Of course. I love banana bread. I would have eaten it.
Ooh,
I would have eaten it all.
Oh my god. Okay, that's what I need to hear.
I would eat it all, man. You would have no banana bread left. You'd kick me out.
Honestly, thinking about this, I should have just like made little like to-go baggies and just gave it out to like people around me. They're like, hey friend, like here's like here's my banana bread. Like that seems like a nice thing to do. It's like you do to your neighbors.
That is a very sweet thing to do, but you would be known as like the banana bread guy if you give it to like the wrong person.
They would love it. Was actually I was really surprised by myself. It was really good.
That's good. You've reached that point in your life where you're starting to make bread. You're like one of those
love
people.
it. I feel like Zoella. I literally feel like Zoella.
I always kind of measure like life as in like, you know, you this life of like trying to figure out what you want to do and what you want to be. Very scary time, and then you figure it out and you just start making bread. And
you start baking bread, and you have a child, maybe.
Yeah, is that in your near future?
It's with my bread. I just want my bread and my baby. That's really all I need.
You're gonna have a little bread baby.
No, I'm not ready for a baby.
No, me neither. Never. I don't really see that in my life.
Yeah, I'd rather just chill for a long time.
Yeah, like I feel like, you know, when it comes to life nowadays, it's like we got like, you know, the life expectancy is going up. Like back in the day, man, motherfuckers used to die when they were like 35.
Yeah, you gotta pop the kid out at 10 and then, you know, raise it till you're 20, die.
Exactly. Like it was literally like, okay, I'm like 20. Like if I don't have a child, I'm useless to society. I'm gonna die in like 2 years. It's like it was like in the world. Now it's like motherfuckers are living until like they're 100. Like you got all the time in the world.
You could literally, I mean, you probably can't have a baby at 50, but like you could adopt, which
True.
I'm still down with.
Men can have it whenever, dude. It's like,
but yeah, the women. I mean, what are you gonna be a 50-year-old man? I mean, you gotta find.
Well, my mom's friend actually, she didn't have children until she was 45, and then she gave birth to twins.
Whoa! But I feel like isn't that risky? Isn't there like risks involved with having an old baby?
I think there's definitely, I think, more risks, but it's like I think it's like a case-to-case basis. Like when you get pregnant, the doctor will tell you it's like you're good, or you're
and then, you know,
too
trash
old.
the thing, or let's keep rolling.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is crazy to think like you haven't had kids and you're 45 and then you just pop 2 out at the same time.
2 seems like a lot. If I'm expecting 1 baby and 3 come out,
that's terrifying.
Like a crisis. That's literally a crisis.
I would say fuck that. I would be like, holy crap. It's also like you have triplets.
If you
like,
give a kid up for adoption, do you get paid? Do they pay you for the baby?
I don't think so. They're probably just like, we know you.
I was wondering, like, you could make some profit if you have 3 and you only want 1.
The way to make money is you can be a surrogate for somebody. That way.
Okay. I could do that if I was a woman.
Yeah, like the rich people that
if I had the parts.
Yeah, like the rich people who either they can't get pregnant or pregnancy is like really hard on them, or they just want to like remain beautiful, or like, you know, they don't want the stretch marks or whatever. So then they're like, oh, come here. We'll give you like, I think I was very curious because I think Kim and Kanye, like I think all except like 2 of their 5 kids or something were all surrogates. 3 of their kids were surrogates.
Oh my god.
And I was like thinking about that. I was like, a part of it's like kind of sad because it's like you carry this child for 9 months and it's like you're not really allowed to like have contact with it anymore because it's not your child.
Literally, I mean, it's not really your. I guess it. Would you still feel the feelings for this little baby? I wonder if like the surrogate's like, I love this.
I guess there might be like kind of a sad moment where you're like, I carried it, but also like maybe some of them are like professional surrogates, which would be crazy. Just popping him out.
I mean, how many can you really have?
That is crazy. I mean, another random mom knows. My mom like has this. She used to work with this old lady, whose daughter had. I think their family had like 11 kids, and she gave birth to all of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there was even like a TV show made about them here. Where it's like we have so many kids. Yeah.
Wow. Did you watch?
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes with my mom. It was like 7 years ago, I think.
That's insane.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was crazy just like trying to like manage 11 kids. Like it's a lot of kids.
You can't. They're definitely gonna have issues. Most of those kids are gonna have issues. You can't divide your time.
Exactly. Like
right? That's insane. That's gonna mess them up mentally, right? The 11 kids?
Yeah. And then like 10 of the kids will probably like group up against the 11th, who's like the favorite kid. They'll be like, that's the teacher's pet.
I was thinking like the loser kid. But I guess, like,
they're probably the loser too. There'll be like a bunch of people getting like destroyed, honestly, from all angles. Yeah. God. Yeah,
one of those kids will like literally factually get the least amount of love and time. Like, there's no way you can't avoid that.
And one of those kids will become the most successful, and one of them will become the least successful.
And one of those kids was Aksel.
Exactly. I was the most successful of 15 children. You
left them at an early age. I did your own thing. Started You Now.
Exactly. Started You Now. Gave you a deal. Brought you onto the platform.
Thank you so much. I would not be here without it.
You know, you and Kaylin got a good thing going on because you guys are like so intertwined that it's like you both are just at the same echelon of like success. You know, no sibling rivalry, no like.
Yeah.
Although I would doubt that you guys would really get into that stuff. Anyways.
Rival. No, I mean for a while, Kaylin was doing nothing, and it was just me. It was just me, a little swimming boy, in this ocean of things.
And then you brought her on for the podcast. The Sinjin Drowning podcast.
Yeah, I mean, but people knew her before that.
She didn't enjoy the podcast, which I thought was a shame that she didn't enjoy doing the podcast because
I know I was having some fun.
I enjoyed the vibe of the podcast, like you sitting in the kitchen and her on the couch. I think
the vibe was also made from her not wanting to do it. Like it wouldn't be the same now if we brought it back because like she'd be like into it.
She would love to chat.
Would she? I don't know if she'd still like it, but
I think this is like I think it would be interesting for if when I'm in Austin, we just do like a Core 4 thing. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
We have good conversations. I think it would
Core
be
4 pod.
Yeah, I think that'd be good to do.
It'd be like Ludwig's house. They'd have a little podcast.
Yeah, I saw that. See the thing about like, listen, I know that this is like kind of crazy for me to say because I used to stream a lot too, but it's like the thing about Ludwig is like that motherfucker. He'll do like 6-hour streams every day. Did like a subathon where he's around for a month. It's like, what more do you have to say?
What more do you have to say?
What more do you like?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Because it's like the thing was like when I was like streaming every day, I was kind of like in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I kind of want to tell the story in the pod, so I don't want to tell them the stream. Because then it's like it already happened where I was like, I told the story on the pod, and I was like, I know all the people that watch my stream do not watch the pod, so like I can just reuse stories. And then people in chat were like, no, you already told that story on the podcast. And it's like, listen, you little piece of shit.
Listen, piece of shit.
You little fucking...
Aksel here. He can tell the story twice if he wants.
You little twerp. I've told stories 7 times, and I'll keep telling them if I want to, man. Nobody can stop me.
Speaking of telling stories, can I pee?
Yeah, you know, we can wrap it up if you want. We have a pretty good... if you want to keep going.
I'm down for that. I mean, yeah, I do need pokey soon. We got to go get
Yeah, you know what? Let's wrap it up for this episode. You got anything to plug?
Yo guys, please, if you're not already subscribed to Sinjin Drowning.
Yep.
Go to COOLDOG.net to get some Aksel merch.
Yoking.net.
And go to Hoover with 2 R's on Instagram to follow my friend Hoover on Instagram to see his pictures.
Yes. Thank you for joining me today. This is a great conversation.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
It's been lovely. If you ever see Donald Trump, guys, give him a bash in the head with your iPhone. Okay, maybe not. I don't want this to get out there. Like, his security's gonna see this.
That is